Good day, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone watching this. And today we'll have very interesting, kinda even controversial topic, but the topic that can save you thousands of dollars and even your career. And the main thing for today will be scams, and specifically scams in football, how the players getting scammed and how to avoid them. And here I pass to Ali.
Yeah, it's a topic we get asked every day. We're doing now, we have trials ongoing for the January transfer window that's around the corner. And the number of questions try to identify, is it a scam? Is it a scam? So it's obvious. There's a lot of scams that happen in football. And it's not okay. It's not okay because, they are really robbing people and cashing into this dream to play professional football. So today we'll go through it. Why do you get scammed? How do you get scammed? What to do not to get scammed? And look, like I told you when we were preparing the topic, I got scammed at the beginning of my journey as a coach. I went into a scam. So it'll be an interesting one.
Just to make it clear, let's discuss what is scam specifically in football, because we know the regular scam, for example, when they call from the bank or they scam you on the street, how the football scam works, because football is a bit of a different industry, but still, as you told, many players approaching us, and the first question they ask is the scam. And it's super understandable why they do that. So what is a scam in football?
Well, look, a scam, in any business, they sell you the dream. We could do a whole episode on crypto and the scams in crypto. But something similar, Look, the reality is, I was told by my kids that I should swear less. But the problem is in football, there's a lot of assholes. Yeah. I couldn't think of a better way to describe it, but assholes. Because these assholes, they know the dream. They know the dream of a lot of kids across the world. Okay, we understand, all of us as football fans, the beautiful thing called the professional football player. Yeah. Okay, we were in the World Cup last week, and you see that wow factor of playing World Cup football. And there's every kid in the world now watching that World Cup thinking, I want to be a professional football player. This is how we grow the numbers in football. So these assholes, they know that. They know the drive, they know the dream, they know the pain of the process, and they cash into it by selling the dream. So the scam is offering people this illusion that I'll make you a professional football player, which is the heart of why we're doing this podcast. Inside football is to show you guys the bullshit that happens inside football. And the number one bullshit is this scam, I will make you a professional football player. And I think we talked about it in episode number 1. So sorry, the long answer is the scam is cashing into your dream.
So the picture is super clear. The kids, the players have a dream. Those people offering to solve this problem, to sell this dream. Technically speaking, what are the most common types? So what the approaches they use, what are the techniques, what they say, how they figure out?
Well, look, the promised land is Europe. Mm-hmm. Okay, I always like to call it the peak of the mountain is the Premiership. Everybody wants to go to the Europe, to the Premiership. And you're talking about worldwide. Huh? We talked about the numbers. The numbers are 2.5 billion, whatever we said. Yeah. So all those young guys across the world are looking at this mountain. Or I want to get to Europe, I want to get to Europe. And these guys cash in to get to Europe. Literally cash into it. You can say, I'm going to take everybody to the US. No, Europe, the promised land, the Premiership, the promised land. So that's what they sell. They sell the dream. They sell the dream and they sell the dream. And they come out with all sorts of schemes. There's thousands of stories from Africa. Okay, There's thousands of stories in Europe because that's where the scams are created. We'll go through that in a minute when you ask for more details. But so to answer your question, they just pay me to get you to Europe. I've had those players. I've had those players arrive to Dubai, sold the fact that they go into Europe via Dubai. Actually, go on the streets of Dubai, you'll find a lot of these African boys allegedly heading to Europe.
And they got simply
scammed. Yeah, they're all here.
Now they're stuck here.
They're stuck. And I think the sad thing is the money that's involved. We're talking about families taking bank loans and people selling their land and people selling this and selling that. We had a boy when we started doing Pathway, the program we do. We charged approximately $2,500, for the expenses to have him here. Somebody in Senegal charged $13,000 on top.
On top of that figure. So he charged 15,000 plus.
So they were sold $15,500 to come to Dubai to go to Europe. And the cut was $13,000.
But the difference is that you don't promise them to go to Europe. You promise them the camp to work here.
Myself?
Yeah.
No, we promise to give you the pathway, to give you the
Yeah.
platform. You know, I always tell in every interview you've been with me on, anybody that promises you I'll make you a pro is a liar.
Yeah.
Okay, I can give you the process, I can give you the platform, I can give you the ability, but the point is $13,500 on top. You know, okay, we understand that some people do this for commercial value, but that's literally scamming.
It's understandable. It's not understandable. It's sad, but understandable when the players getting scammed because they have a dream. But we have example of yours when you are on the other side of business and even you got scammed. So can you share about that? Because wow.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I started coaching. This is going back to 2016. We did a camp with an Italian club. Okay, I'll not say the name for respect of the guys that came, and they were in Serie B. Okay, so we did this training camp in Ras Al Khaimah. They identified two boys. Said two boys are good. I said, look, they'd love to go pro, or they'd love to have the chance to go pro, because this is, I think, the where the tragedy is here, and that's why I refer to them as assholes. You know, no problem if you try, but don't sell it to them. Don't sell that I can make you a pro and cash into someone's dreams, because you're destroying these boys' dreams. In reality, forget the money. The money comes and goes, but to take a kid and destroy his dream is not okay. Anyway, so these guys said, okay, we can take these two guys to the club for trial. I speak to the parents. I book the flights. We go to Italy. And from the beginning, you start feeling, okay, this is not right.
Shady.
Yeah, this is not right. So we're in the hotel. You know, of course, we paid a certain amount for food, hotel, and trial. Boys are excited, talking about it all the way there. We arrive on the trial, and they don't let them train. Okay,
The
coach,
itself.
the coach says, no, I'm not letting them. Who are these guys? Who are these guys? And you can imagine that moment as a coach, you know, looking at these two kids, thinking of the phone calls I have to make their parents. So I called the people we did the deal with. I said, what is this? You know, they come out with the excuse if they're not medically insured. You know, they should be medically insured to do in the trial. I said, come on. Surely we knew this before we arrived. So anyways, from there onwards, we were delayed a day. We had to go get medical insurance. We had to pay more for medical insurance. Then the boys did the 2-day trial. But I knew immediately this was a scam. Okay, so these are people inside the club using the training facility of the club to make money. And the worst thing about it for me is now when I look back, we're talking about a few thousand euros. You know, we're not talking mega money here. So you bought two kids all the way from Dubai to make 2,000 euros each. Terrible. Assholes.
So the scam could happen even if you're already there. It's still a scam.
It's a scam.
So no one is safe.
Of course not. If it's a real trial, they know the kids are arriving. How do they know the kids are arriving on the day?
This is crazy. But this gave you, most importantly, valuable experience and the lessons. The harsh lessons are the one who getting the teaching you the most.
Yeah.
And I remember you shared with me that some of our players almost got scammed, but you already experienced in that and you saved them from that. So can you share with us about this specifically?
Yeah, I think just to go back to your point, from my point of view, even as a coach, they cash into your naivety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of course I'm coaching teams, I'm making teams. I don't have any idea about trials and professional football back then.
Yeah.
Okay. So they take your naivety. This is what they do to these guys. You know, they know you don't know. You know, and if they promise you and there's a letter and you go, they cash into it. Yeah, I mean, this is only last month. We were talking about it when I met you.
Yeah.
I said, okay, this boy just messaged me. And this is how the scam goes. He got approached on Instagram. Okay. On Instagram, we've seen your profile. We'd like to invite you for a trial. Okay. So this kid was fully sold. You know, they took his number. They're talking to him on WhatsApp, fully sold for £5,000.
Fully sold, we have to understand from one message that we want you on trial.
No, they had him on WhatsApp. Yeah, it starts with the one message.
Yes,
Then they you know, it's like they reel you in. So this kid was 100% convinced. His brother, he said, go ask Coach Ali. Coach Ali could advise us. As soon as I looked at the WhatsApp messages, it's a scam. So the scam is £5,000. Okay, and the club was Reading. So this is last month, October.
The club that they promised, not actual Reading.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a club Reading.
Yeah, to make
club.
it clear. Yeah.
So Reading Football Club, if you don't know, is in the Championship.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said to the kid, I said, first of all, it's a Championship team. Okay, they will not have trials in October. Season has started. Second of all, they've seen what on Instagram? What have they seen of you? They've seen some clips of him playing. Now, what club in the world takes a player on clips on Instagram?
Yes. not even from TikTok.
Nonsense. But look, this is where it becomes devious. So they've talked him into it. We'll get you a visa. We will get this. I need £5,000 to process your visa. So this answers your question. How? They disguise it. Visa, £5,000. First of all, he's not going to England for £5,000 because England just had Brexit.
Yeah.
So they're not open for business for foreigners. £5,000 for a visa. And this kid was about to pay. And by the way, the guy's WhatsApp, Reading flag, Reading logo, Reading this, Reading that. So yeah, it's very well designed.
I think it's well designed, but not well enough to pay $5,000 for it.
He was paying. He was 100% about to pay.
And I think here we'll move to our next question, that why people getting scammed. I think the reason is not because those scams are ideal. I mean, even my younger brother can put a picture of Reading and text to 100 people and out of them 2 will answer. I think the reason is the people who are getting scammed. So,
well, look, the reality is, I think we've done this on TikTok. You get scammed because you want to be scammed.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, for without sounding harsh, you know, I always say this to my kids. Today, stupidity is a choice. Okay. There's something called Google.
Yeah.
Research. Do your research. Do some homework. You know. I mean, first of all, I said to the kid, I said, "Did you call Reading?" And asked to speak to the guy.
Yeah, it takes 1 minute to save you £5,000.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't, because the kids want to believe. You know, you're a very talented boy. I mean, my phone's here. I've got already, I'm sure, 20 messages from Africa. Okay, these kids are desperate to get out of Africa to make it in professional football. So they know that. They know you're desperate. So they play on your desperation. Okay, they play on the desperation. It's actually a funny story. If Danny was here with us, he'll tell you. We had a player last season. Okay, and this is a true story.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny will verify next time we do his interview with him. So he's a talented boy from Cameroon who got scammed into going to Belarus to go to Europe.
Goodness me.
Okay, so as you know, African player in Belarus, not the most racially open-minded in the world. This kid was so desperate, he decided with his friend to cycle to Poland.
From Cameroon.
From Belarus.
From Belarus, but it's still crazy.
Yeah. And then I said to him, I said, what were you going to do in Poland? We were going to go to Germany. So in this guy's mind, he was going to cycle to Poland and then go to Germany. They got arrested on the border with Poland. He was in prison for 30 days. Then sent back to Belarus, then deported. But look at the level of desperation here. It's pure desperation to think I can cycle across a country. So they know that.
No, the fact where he was going in Germany, there was no Borussia Dortmund waiting for him.
He thought he can go club to club.
No, just by walking.
Yeah, I mean, look, with all due respect, the law doesn't protect the idiots. Okay? Obviously, that's not very smart. But I'm just talking about the level of desperation.
This line, the law doesn't protect idiots. I don't want to call anyone idiots, but the video that we've made on TikTok about the give me £1,000 and I'll take you to Europe. So we made an educational video for you guys. Most of you are here from TikTok. I think all of you are here from TikTok. Some of you maybe from Instagram or from your friends. So we made a video on TikTok telling where Ali sharing the story how this player almost got scammed for the Reading FC. Some people watched 10 seconds of this video and we got around 5-7 people texting us, can I pay you this money? Can you take me to Reading FC? Can you take me to Championship? So without even intention, with educational intentions, we could have scammed them. I mean, technically, if we were like bad people with a bad ethic, you came yourself to give us your money. If you watch the video till the end, that video is about the lesson. That video is about the experience, not that Ali invites someone to do that. This is just shows the levels of how easily people can give their last money.
Desperation. And worst of all, you know, there's whole businesses being built on this. I don't know if we're supposed to talk about this, but there's businesses built on this. Portugal, Spain, Italy. Okay, what they do is people invest in a 3rd or 4th division club. Okay, and then they go to the world and say to you, I'll take you to play in Portugal. Okay, and how much will it cost me? And how much will it cost me? I had somebody approach me, and I will say that, I think, because to protect people, in the name of PSG. Okay, so they have an academy, apparently, in Miami for PSG, where they're offering, or not offering, sorry, the deal is €60,000 to go to Miami in the PSG academy to get to PSG.
60,000, we are talking about what they're going to play
Per
there
annum.
for a year?
For the year. Yeah. So that's 300, whatever it is, do the math. 60,000 times 50 kids who have flown from across the world in the belief they're going to go to PSG from Miami. So that's where the problem is for me. The assholes are those guys. One guy trying to make $1,000, $2,000. This is a standard day-to-day crook. There's institutions in this. Portugal, Spain, full of these guys, full. You know, they play third or fourth division. That's unprofessional football. It's not even professional football. Okay, and they go to Malaysia, the Indonesia, and they say, "Look, I'll take you to Europe, and we will make you a professional player." Where are you going to go? Fourth division. I had a player. He says, "I'm going to the fourth division in Spain." I said, "Is that professional football?" He goes, "Yes, of course it is." I said, "Google it." It's not. It's regional football. You know. So yeah, there is loads of these scams. We can sit here and talk for hours about this stuff.
Another thing on TikTok. So we do our promotion for our trials on TikTok. We call players from all around the world to join us, and they're actually playing because we are super transparent. We show the match day vlogs, we show how the team talks, we show the table. You can even download the UEFA app. You can see us in the division. So we are super transparent. That's why we're confident to invite people. But on the other hand, there are other people also on the same platform, on TikTok. They don't go on Instagram. There's a guy, remember you've shared with me, he was doing the invitations for La Liga or something, kind of, I'm an agent, I'm looking for you, and his videos are going crazy viral. So even if we talk about conversion, if his videos are getting 200,000 views, let's say 1% of those people reach to him.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've heard me say this. I say this to these guys all the time. In this business, trust nobody, including me. But you think about it. These top La Liga teams, do you think they're really inviting people for trial?
From TikTok.
From TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Premiership teams, where do they go scouting? Where do they do trial? They don't. So we're talking about La Liga. So it's equivalent to Premiership. So Celta Vigo, Real Sociedad are open for trials? Of course not. This is top-end football. There's a scouting system working for years and years in South America, in Africa, in Asia to find the next player. They're never inviting people for trial. But you believe that. You watch this guy on TikTok, he brings, with his slick hair, whatever he is, he invites people to come to La Liga on trial. And they come and they pay.
All of you guys, I think, Google away or just a search away from saving your money. And I think here we can conclude with some examples or advice from you based on your experience. What are the tools to analyze if it's a scam or it's legit, and how to avoid that?
But I mean, look, now we're having it, we are charging a certain amount for trial. Mm-hmm. And I'm from the beginning, the first conversation, I will say, this is how much you pay to come on trial. Mm-hmm. But we're offering a package for 30 days for this amount. Mm-hmm. Okay. I said to the guys, divide that by 30 and work it out. If that's a scam, then we're the stupidest scammers in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got to understand the logistics of it. So first of all, the quick story about the guy that I met last year. Mm-hmm. He came from Saudi Arabia and he came for a trial to Al Ahli Football Club here, one of the key clubs in Dubai. Mm-hmm. And he had a letter from Al Ahli that was forged. They go to that level. So this kid met me and said, look, I'm in Dubai. I'm trying to get in here. I'm supposed to be in a trial with Al Ahli. Here's the letter. I went to Al Ahli and they said, it's not us. I said, brother, did you call before you came? No. He took the letter, paid 10,000 dirham and flew over. So the first thing is fact checking. Okay. Who are you? TFA EPC. I spoke to somebody yesterday. He goes, how do I know you're not a scam? I said, Google me. Here's my name.
Yeah.
You're talking to me. So who are you talking to? Is it the club? Okay. There's a letter from a club. You don't go on a letter. Okay. There's the amount of letters I've seen from Africa. 100% photoshopped, photocopied, So it's a simple phone call. Hi, Reading Football Club. I'm coming for a trial in October. Is it on? It's immediately going to tell you. So it's fact checking. And use your brains. La Liga Football Club are inviting you for trial in November. Yes, of course. When are they going to sign me? So it's fact checking, talking to people, knowing common sense, and just don't believe people.
Yeah. Even us, for example, you see our video, we are inviting you to come. Ali's face now public. He doesn't like it, but his face is now public. So you can go Google TFA EPC, you will see the same face as the technical director. You see the same guy inviting you. Then you can go to Google the third division teams in UAE. You can check, our team is there. Then you can go to our TikTok. You can see the match day highlights. You can see the referees, the game. So You can think we are a scam. It's normal. You need to doubt everyone in this business.
100%.
Do the fact check just by steps, because you are one call away, one Google search away from saving your money.
Yeah, and very important point I use with the guys that work with us all the time. I've spent years making my name. Okay, so the real people in this business are very careful about their name and what they put their name to, which is what my concern about when I said we'll do these podcasts.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody willing to jeopardize their name for 2,000 euros or 10,000 euros is not genuine. You know, so you've got to use your common sense. Okay, if I'm sitting here telling you about scams and I'm scamming, I've got a problem.
Yeah. I think it's very valuable lesson today. It's not that exciting, but it's more learning experience for all the people watching. Even for me, it was an experience listening to those stories before this podcast and listening to this podcast as well. So what I will suggest, just to wrap it up, is don't let your emotions run you. Have a cold head all the time in all decisions you make.
Be super analytical. Be super analytical. Don't get scammed because you want to be scammed. Okay? You want a genuine opportunity in football, find it. You know, we talked about in the last episode about finding good agents, finding good people, finding good programs, and then do your due diligence. You might even talk to us and it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Don't come.
Yeah.
Save your money. You know, follow your head always, not your heart, is what you're saying.
If it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
100%.
Yeah. I think that's it for today.
Pleasure
See you
as
guys
usual.
in the next episode.
Don't get scammed.
Yeah.